Hey everybody, we've got a neat one to look at today. Got an Optoma, this is an HD26. You can see it's got the regulatory number on it, but it is definitely an HD26. There's our input board on the side, 3D sync, 12 volt trigger out, HDMI, audio, USB for service. I can see, you can probably see there's some dust in there. Some dust there. Anyway, I picked this up from somebody who bought a lamp. They put it in. They said they found another problem, and they were just using it as an excuse to buy a new projector. So let's see what they were experiencing. I did look at the lamp. The lamp looks okay. So I kind of think that they're probably right. They probably have something else going on. So let's see. Power, standby's on. Blue light. It doesn't sound good. I'm gonna pull that out. Sounds like a color wheel, or maybe a fan. Probably a color wheel. So let's open it up. Got our screw bin. Let's get the lamp out first. I'll try not to breathe loudly into the camera. My head is right here. And this is a lamp kind of like those BenQs. It's got the plug-in wire. It's got some fingerprints on the lens. Looks like they were touching it. On the inside, looks like there's fingerprints on the inside. Well, I might replace the lamp. The bulb doesn't look too bad. You can see down in there. The lens is pretty crusty, but that's no big deal. It's a, what's an Osram? Yeah, it's an Osram bulb. So let's set this off to the side. I'm starting to see what looks like dust. Yeah, there's some dust in there. I'll bet we're gonna find this thing's filthy. Maybe I can show how to clean a DLP chip. This will probably be like that 141. And just have the single board across instead of the main board on top. Looks like everything. No screws on the top. Start giving it a little. There we go. Yep. Keyboard cable. There's the keyboard and IR. Zoom. And there we go. Power supply with ballast together. And then we have the main board and the input board. Nothing super obvious. That fan seems alright. Only one fan? Wow. They've really simplified these. Is that the only fan? Looks like there's one fan. That's a speaker. Yeah, that's a speaker. So we have one fan. That's insane. Well, less things to go wrong, right? I'll bet we have a bad color wheel. Or at least a dirty one. This thing's dusty, but it's not as bad as I expected. Let me get you guys in a better position and we'll check that wheel. So I need to apologize. I thought I had the phone on record and I didn't, and I accidentally removed the color wheel before I could show you. And I believe I found the problem. But before we get to that, let me show you what I did to take the color wheel out. first things first, the lamp basket has to come out. This did not need to come out, but we're going to leave it out for now. There's a screw here, there's a screw here, and there's a screw here. They all come out, and then this lifts up. That should be here. This is the sensor. That should be there. So then this comes out, and then I did unplug the fan from here. The ballast wire can stay connected. I did find, though, by taking the connector out, that you can just get a little more room for setting the basket off out of the way. Then there's a bunch of screws on this metal bracket. One here, this one, that actually I think this was all meant to come out together. So you have a screw here, a screw here, a screw here, and a screw there. Then this whole thing would lift up. You could unplug the sensor or just take out that screw, and then you can move the sensor out of the way. Once this lifts up, the color wheel will be inside here. And then there's two screws that hold the wheel into this spot, that one, and then this one, and then that'll come out with the color wheel. The color wheel is then held in by those three screws and those rubber grommets for vibration dampening. The wheel itself is not in bad shape. It was dirty. It's really dirty. I got to clean it some more. The bearings are fine. The issue is actually it got hot, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but that spot right there is where the index mark was. I found a little piece of crumbly black plastic down here where it had fallen off. So this thing got hot enough that that little index mark came off. So I just need to replace the index mark. Could try black marks a lot or something like that. I'm going to see what I have around that we can replace that mark with. So this will just need a cleaning. Move that out of the way. This whole thing really is just going to need a cleaning and then a new index mark. So let me see what I have around that we can use for an index mark, and I'll be right back. So I found some heat resistant tape that I think I can use to fix this. Let me slide the projector back. I will use this as a surface. You can see it's like a nice black tape. It's still sticky right there where it's shiny. So what I want to do is I'm going to set it. I'm going to try and set it on here at least. And then I'll use a razor to trim it. So now it's partly on. Let's push it down. Oops, got a wrinkle. Because what I'm hoping I can do is after this goes on is maybe I can put some super glue to hold it. So let's get the rest of it off. I need to find out what kind of tape this is so I can get some. If anybody knows, let me know, because I'd love to get some. Oh, come on. Let's see. Yes, beautiful. Alright, so then how long is the original mark? Roughly here, the end of the blue maybe. Oh, that's not straight. That's all right. We'll peel that off and then there we go. Oops. one piece. Oops. Had to get a sharper tip on there. Let's see, so this little piece, there we go. And I think that might do it. Let's see if we can see underneath where it ends. That extra bit off. All right, so it ends here. I'm gonna put a little mark, metal. You can see that. There we go. That'll probably even stay on. I'll straighten the other side. But I think I might not even have to add any glue. I think this will stay just fine. It feels really good. Now we just need to clean the color wheel. You can see all the smears and crud on it. So let me clean this now. The way I'm going to clean the color wheel is, oops. Let's get some lens cleaner. Then a chamois wipe, and I will hold the color wheel on the back, and then we'll just take that chamois and just gently yet firmly wipe from the center out. After letting the cleaner sit for a little bit. Now it doesn't have to be perfectly clean. We're just trying to get any fingerprints, burned on dust, that sort of thing out of the way. That'll work. Not perfect, but for what we have going on here, this will be fine. Now it needs to go back into here. We'll get that ready. Get our wire pointed the right way. Ah, there it is. All right. So that will go through that little slot. Come on. Here we go. Nice thing is these screws just kind of stop. So they have a nice shoulder on them. That sounds good. And we'll get the frame. I don't know if this is definitely going to work. I still may get a replacement color wheel for this. At the least, this should confirm if I actually have a color wheel problem or not. It's kind of what I'm hoping. And if it works, it works, you know? Even if it works for a little while. Oh, we got to clean that. That's the photocell right there. There we go, get the dust off it. Set that back on top. That's good. Let's just wipe this stuff off the front. And this is ready to go back in, but now we're going to clean the rest of the projector. Alright, so now we're going to let's look inside the viewport of the DLP area. Let's see what it looks like in here. This one has an inspection port on top. Now this should come off. Some tape. Some tape in the way. Yeah, just a little bit. Come on. Up we go. There we are. So we're going to look in there. I actually don't see anything that bad. I'm just going to hit this with a little bit of air. The hose isn't long enough where I'd show you. So I'm just going to take this over and just hit it with a little bit of air. So down in there, there's a shadow mask. It blocks light from the DLP chip. There's also a lens that you can kind of see there reflecting. And all I did was take my air nozzle and just hit that with about 5 to 10 psi. That's like, I don't know, a third. It's like 0.3 to 0.7 bar maybe, if I got my metric air pressure right. It's way less than 1 bar, I know that. And there really wasn't any dust in there, just some superficial outside dust. You know, some on the casing and just littered around. And then I also kind of gave that a once over. There's still a little bit, but like I said, these are designed to run with a certain amount of dust without issue. So they need, some is okay. The next thing I wanted to do is get this back in. I don't know if it needs to be there, but I'm sure it helps with sound or airflow. That glue is dried out, so I'm going to see if I have anything we can use to hold that back in there. This foam, it's a little thicker. I've got this rubber. It's about half the thickness, but it's temperature rated, so I think what I might do is try and cut a piece out and just kind of see what we got, because maybe I could put that in. The other option is I could just put some glue on here. You know what? That's what we'll do. It's going to use a little bit of cyanacrylate, this stuff. Just a little bit. Dab there, a little dab there, and what the heck, I'll just do one there. I don't even know what this thing's in here for, honestly. I really don't. I assume it's for vibration dampening. You can see where it came up, and oops, sorry, you can't. You can see where the color wheel dug into it because it lifted up. So that's why I just wanted to put the glue under it to hold that down. I think that'll be fine. We can put the color wheel back in now. And that will just sit down. Okay, so that goes over. I'm just gonna get it straight. There we are. Now it's down, so we can put that screw in and that screw in, then the other two. Now the bottom screws, these guys take coarse thread, so put one in, rotate it backwards until you feel it drop. That's how you know you're back lined up with the threads again. And just run it down till it's snug. On this side, same idea. So we'll go backwards until we feel right there, it dropped. And then these guys are machine screws, not coarse screws. I like it. Next, let's just I think that wire went back through here. Yeah. There we are. And then the position sensor is right there. I'll tuck that back into the little heatsink thing where it was. Now we can put this back in. Oh, let's plug in the lamp power. Output of the ballast. Everything else we can reach afterwards. We'll hold the color wheel wire out of the way. Now, there's a groove right there that slides over this. So just keep an eye on the color wheel wire. Make sure your groove is straight and nothing's cockeyed, and it should It should just drop in. What am I catching on here? Am I not straight? Nope. There we are. That drops down. The lamp power wire can now be tucked back in. There we are. And then we'll put our color wheel wire back under there. And then over top, we'll slide that door switch wire. And then the door switch wire plug goes here. That tells the power supply that it can turn on. Plug that ballast wire back in underneath the wire for the lamp turn on, or for the door switch. And then we have our only fan. Plugs in there. Then you have this little wire clip to hold everything back down. So this is ready for testing. We will have to hold that down, but no big deal. Let's get our lamp. Set that in. We'll snug the screw down. Flip that clip up and we can plug the lamp in. Then you flip the clip down, and once that locks, it holds the connector in. Now we just need something to hold that. Let me see what I have. And I just had an alligator clip. Put that on there. Let's spin her around. I reconnected the keyboard. Oh, no, I didn't. Thought I reconnected the keyboard. Teaches me for not looking. There we go. Oh, no. Starting to wonder if I should just put it all together. Yeah, that seems all right. Okay, we got our red standby light. Now I should hit the power button. We should hear the color wheel spin up, and it should be happy. Okay. Lamp came on. It says Optoma already. There we go. Let's all right. HDMI 1 menu. Oops, advanced. Exit. I want to oh, there we go. I want to reset it. Here we are. Setup. Help. Nope. Oh, I'm hitting help. There we are. I need to do that. Options. Test pattern. High altitude. 12 volt trigger. Lamp settings. Reset. That's what I want. I want to just flip it all back to normal. Set for ceiling mount right now. There we are. So let's look at the test pattern. There we are, crosshatch. I don't have it up on the screen all the way. That's white and black, I think. Let's see. I'll lift it up a little. All right, no pattern. Oops, help. Hit the help button again. Grid, white pattern, none. All right. I think we're in good shape. I'm going to let it cool down. We'll put the top back on and we'll see how it goes. So stand by. Oh, okay. Well, that was fast. So hang out then. We're just going to snap this back on. Oh. Almost forgot to clean the top. And in there, be right back. And to put the top back on, we need to line the zoom up. Let me make sure that keyboard wire is happy. Nope. It's close. Alright, that looks good. So I got zoom all the way to the left, which is where the ring is, or the stud rather. Yep, it's on it. I can feel it. So I'll just give the top a little squeeze. Oh, almost forgot some important screws. There's a bunch of screws that hold the lamp socket, or the lamp basket, that I forgot, or almost forgot. Okay. Now I just have case screws left. So let's try that again. All right. All right. They're all in. Lamp is in. And let's put the door back on. All right. Now we can test it again. And after this, we'll set it up in the long throw area, so I can put it on a real screen. Still makes that weird chirpy noise at the beginning, though. I don't know if that's normal. Still think that color wheel's pretty shot. But we do have a menu. It is working. Let's see what kind of time is on this lamp. I assume it's the original 3765. Yeah, I could use a new lamp. I'm not sure where this thing starts arguing with you about replacing it. My guess is 4,000 hours, but it's time for a bulb. I probably have one around, keep the housing, something like that. But for the most part, I'm happy with this. I'm going to set it up over in the other area, and then we'll see what the picture looks like on it, even with this old bulb. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to need a new color wheel. I'd be happier with one for sure. Let's zoom that in. There we go, now it's a little more obvious. Got the Raspberry Pi up there. Picture's not bad actually, color's good, brightness is alright. New lamp would be way better. But we're gonna call this one good for now. I may get a color wheel for it. This is my projector, I obtained it, so I'm gonna keep it around as a backup and keep my eyes open for a good color wheel for it. I'm not going to replace it now, but I just kind of want to show you guys how this thing goes. So, you know, if you have any questions, put them in the comments down there. And, you know, as always, thank you for watching.